Hello my crafty friends, and welcome to the third annual Canada Day video hop. We have Canadian creators, Canadian companies, publications, Canadian designers, and shops. I'm going to have to film this video in bits and spurts. We adopted a sweet, shy dog from a rescue group, and I'm spending lots of time helping her get settled. But that means my time is not my own right now. So I hope when I put all the videos together, they don't appear to be too disjointed. But right off the bat, before I do anything else, I want to thank all of the amazing sponsors of this hop, including Pigment Craft Co., who launched March 2021. They sent me an amazing designer package to create with for this Canada Day video hop, and I had so much fun with their products. For the hop, there's over $1,000 in prizes from these sponsors, and I hope you will have fun hopping along, being inspired, and also checking out what the sponsors have to offer. Now, these are my first products from Pigment Craft Co., and I have to say how impressed I am. Such thought has gone into the designing of the images, the packaging, the inks, everything. I didn't even do an unboxing video because I was so excited to work with these items. I immediately got them packaged in my storage envelopes and started creating. It also didn't take me very long to realize the quality of the stamps and dies, and I admit to placing a Pigment Craft Co. order the very next day. That order came before I was done filming, so I did an unboxing video of those items, and I'll put that towards the end of my video. Now, for the Canada Day video hop, Pigment Craft Co. is offering a $100 gift card. As well, they're having a sale and their first ever clearance sale, and they will have a free gift for orders over a certain amount. And they're going to have a second $100 gift card on Instagram. So be sure to check out the Pigment Insta giveaway. Remember that all of the details of the prizes, the sponsors, the full video hop list, they will be available on Emily's blog. That is linked in my description box below. And I want to say thank you again to Emily for hosting this event. The next stop on the hop will also be in that description box below. And remember, if you get lost along the way, check out Emily's blog because she will have all that information for you. Now, before I get to my projects, I made 3 projects with the items from Pigment Craft Co. And I want to take a minute and show you the amazing and generous package that they sent me. So thank you very much to Pigment Craft Co. This first one, best ever stamps, and there are coordinating dies as well. This is so cool. It is such a fun font. I adore the big size. It makes such a statement. And you'll be able to see this set in action as I did use it on the first card that I created. The sweets. This set is so versatile. So many different combinations. You can use them. And the sentiments are really versatile as well. I used one of them on my first card and I have so many ideas for it. There's also a coordinating die set. Now, cover plates are very popular, and there's so many ways you can use them. The postage grid cover plate, note that it doesn't cut the outside edge, it just cuts these, so you could actually cut it right into a card front. And it coordinates with the sweet set for even more versatility. The scallops and strips is another fun one. I love the bold scallops, and check out that strips die. See what I mean about how versatile these products are? It cuts strips for your sentiments or just for using different colors of cardstock, and it fits perfectly across the cover plate. So I store my extras just in the back of the packaging, and so when I wanted to stamp a sentiment, I could just find the strip that it fit and go ahead and stamp it on a ready cut strip that I know was going to fit across. Now, this postage cover plate, I didn't get a chance to use this on my projects, so I will show you what it looks like here. I cut it from an A2 piece of pattern paper so you can see how it would work. I think it would be really cute at Christmas with traditional holiday colors forming the frame or metallics, but this is how it die cuts. So you can use both the negative image as a frame or the positive. And then there's this bitty heart background. Oh, it's so pretty. They have so many samples on the website using it. So I did want to stamp it out, and I stamped it on a piece of 5x7 cardstock. I used my Misty, and I used the blush and terracotta inks. And I wanted to show you on this A2 panel that you can see that it will cover the entire front of an A2 card. So that is the bitty heart background. I like polka dots, so it's kind of fun that these are hearts instead of polka dots. Now the Dash Diamonds cover plate, that adds just a subtle texture. It does cut out 4 by 5 1/4, and I used it on a butterfly card that I shared on my blog last week. And I did also use it on my second project for the hop, so you'll be seeing that shortly. And then I was so excited about this one. This was the one I wanted to work with first, and I ended up using it on all 3 of my projects. It is the Jumbo Candy Die. How cool is that? With the size of it, it would work really great for scrapbooks as well, and for scrapbook layouts. But being a card maker, I knew it would be good for cards and tags, and the first thing I did with it was make a shaker. Next up is this Happy Easter set and the Happy Easter flower dies. Now it is called Happy Easter, but there's only one stamp in it that is only for Easter, and that would be the word Easter. Everything else can be used the rest of the year. There's coordinating dies as well, available separately. And I'll go into more detail about the dies because these happy dies are really spectacular. And the flowers, honestly, I was so impressed with this set. I had a lot of fun with it, and you'll be seeing that in a minute here. And then this oval frame, it has both the negative and the positive images for stenciling, and it coordinates perfectly with this image here from the Happy Easter set. Now the ink colors, check out the ink colors. These are the 5 that I received. All of the colors, these ones and the ones that are on the website are all carefully curated to work together. So for my first 2 projects, I did actually stick with the Pigment Craft Co. color scheme and only use the inks instead of any pattern paper. So I'm going to clear all this off right now and get ready to show you my projects next. After I cleared everything up, the dogs are still sleeping, so I thought, I'm going to continue on with the videoing. And we'll see how far I get before the young one wakes up and would like to play or need some attention. So for my first project, of course, I had to make a slimline card, and I was so happy with how well this Jumbo Candy die fit on the card front. I die cut it from white cardstock and then used blending brushes to apply the turmeric and terracotta inks with the blush ink in the center. I did that ink blending on a waffle flower media mat, and when I spritzed the mat with water to clean it up, I looked at all those pretty puddles and decided not to waste those puddles of pretty color, so I just dipped and dragged a scrap of cardstock in there and set it aside to dry. So now I have a perfectly coordinated piece of cardstock that I can use for other projects that use the Pigment Craft Co. color scheme, and it was really just from cleaning up the waste. So with the shaker, of course, I did do a full outline of the outside edge with foam tape. And then I did just strips in the center because I didn't want it to kind of cave in, but I also want the sequins to be able to move around in the center. Now it is closed off here and here. So those ones on the end stay put, but these ones can move around. The sentiment is from the Sweet set, just stamped on a piece of white cardstock with terracotta ink, and then the ends are fishtailed. Finally, I stamped 2 of the candies from the Sweet set, used the coordinating die to cut them out, and then added some stickles on the hearts for even more sparkle and shine. Now the card base is actually white cardstock. I used blending brushes and the blush ink to add color to the outer edge so that the whole thing would coordinate. And then I pulled out Studio Katya's dotted slimline set 2 for the slimline die that I used on the front. Studio Katya is also a Canadian company that is a sponsor of the hop. Now inside my card, that's where I used the best ever stamp set and the coordinating dies. So I used blush ink for this stamp here, and then the script that goes inside those little lines, that's where I used the terracotta. I used the dies to cut them out, adhered them inside the card, and the birthday wishes is there. And I just stamped it on one of the pieces from the scallops and stripped, popped it up with foam tape, and added one more candy. Now this slimline is my favorite size. It is 8.5 by 3.5 inches. And it fits in a number 10 envelope for mailing. So that is my first project. My second card is also a slimline, but this one, while it is still 8.5 inches, it is 4 inches high rather than the 3.5. And that's because I knew I wanted to use the scallop and strips frame. So I die cut it twice from a pale peach cardstock, and then I trimmed off the right short edge and the left short edge of the second one. So that would cover my card front, but before I adhered it down, I backed it with a piece of transparency. I do this a lot. I love using transparencies in my card crafting because check out that shine, and transparencies are relatively inexpensive and lightweight, so they don't add bulk or weight to your card if you're worried about extra postage for mailing. And you can see the detail on them because I ran the transparency through with this Dash Diamonds cover plate. So it didn't cut it, but it did impress the design into it. So I really liked that detail. And you can see after I adhered that then to my card front, which is a pale peach card, my seams are hidden by, probably not even going to be able to tell, but oh, there's a seam right there. So you can see that's where they kind of join together. Then I knew I needed something large in the center to hide my seams, and that's where I used the oval frame. So I used the stencil part, blending brushes, and the ficus ink, and just lightly blended it, spritzed it with water from a spray bottle, laid a rag over top of it, which gives me sort of that kind of mottled look. And then I fussy cut the circle out. Now, if you remember from the stamp set, it is open at the bottom here, but I wasn't worried about it because I knew I'd be putting a spray of the flowers there. So that's where this detail came from on it, and I popped that up with foam tape. I did use a lot of foam tape on the card, but I used thin foam tape, so there's not a ton of bulk. Anywhere there is 2 layers of foam tape, it's thin foam tape, so those 2 layers add up to 1 layer of regular height foam tape, which is why I really like using the thin foam tape. Then I went to town. I just stamped a whole bunch of the flowers and the leaves, and then die cut them with the coordinating dies. And I didn't even use all the dies, but I did use all of the flowers. And you can see I still have some extra left in my little Studio Katia tray here. And then I decided to give it some punch. I'm really into shimmer and shine, so each of the flowers got some kind of a detail with gold gel pen. So it might be hard to see in the video, but it adds to the overall kind of shine of the card. Then I loosely arranged them on the side, but I hadn't adhered them down yet because I wanted the happy to be centered, and then I could work the flowers around them. So I stamped the happy with blush ink just on a scrap of white cardstock and fussy cut that out. But I wanted to use this happy die to make the letters really pop. So those thin green letters, they're actually die cut and adhered on. Now I did use double-sided adhesive. I wouldn't recommend it. They're thin, and the double-sided adhesive actually made it harder for me to pull off. But you can see here I just used a scrap of white cardstock. There's the double-sided adhesive on the back. I used blending brushes and just quickly inked it with the, oh, I wonder if that's juniper. You know what, I'm looking at it and I think both the oval and the happy are actually the juniper ink and not the ficus. The ficus is on the leaves. So I die cut this happy from this piece here, and then that gave me the little narrow letters as well as the outline letter. This is actually a different one because I cut a whole bunch of them, but you know, you still get the idea. But there's also the second happy, and it cuts the solid H. So you could layer this on top of this. There's just, it's all so versatile and it all works so nicely together. The birthday wishes is from that best ever stamp set. There's the little birthday wishes there. I mean, it's a little stamp, but boy, it sure goes the distance. Then I adhered my flowers down and then added a little bit of bling from Honeybee, just, you know, because it wasn't quite shiny enough. Now inside I left it blank. I added a white panel and some more flowers because I had so many extras. I liked the extra detail that gives. And when I go to send the card to someone, I will choose a birthday sentiment to stamp inside. And once again, this fits in a number 10 business envelope for mailing. So those are my first 2 projects. I stayed with the Pigment Craft Co. color scheme, but you know how much I love pattern paper. So for my 3rd project, I used some pattern paper. Let me just move these things out of the way here and I'll grab my 3rd project. Here we are. I used plaid pattern paper and the jumbo candy die again and made it was going to be a tag, but in the end I fastened it right to the gift bag. I will be giving my grandson some candy and another small gift in this gift bag. And then we have another cool gift for him as well. But I like something small, and then I can put his birthday card in there as well. So a gift bag topper. I tied this with seam binding. You could use twine or jute depending on your projects. Here's another one of the candy from the sweets set, as well as the coordinating die to cut it out. And then the sentiment, this is one of the sets that I ordered after I saw how amazing the products were from Pigment Craft Co. And it goes with, there's a large strawberry stamp that you will see. I actually did an unboxing of my order so that you can see how it all comes. And I know a lot of you like unboxing videos, but you can see it works so well with the candy stuff as well as the berries. Sweet wishes on your big day. That's the stamps that I used. And of course, there are coordinating dies also available that I did purchase. And then I did add some shadows with a light gray. Oh, there's my little girl. And then I did add some shadows with a light gray Copic marker. So I hope you see what I mean about how well the product can, how easily the products can be used together, how versatile they are. I didn't add any bling to my gift bag decoration, which is very hard for me, but our grandson's turning 10. Bling is not his thing. And I think this jumbo candy die will be really cute over the holidays, making them out of red and green, maybe using some mirrored cardstock and foiled patterned paper. I'm really excited to play some more with my Pigment Craft Co. goodies. I hope you enjoyed my projects and that I've inspired you to combine different stamp sets together and use seasonal stamps in a non-seasonal card. Now, before I get to the unboxing, please remember to leave a comment so you can be entered into the prize draws. And hitting that like button is a huge help for YouTubers. The more likes we get, the more people get to see our videos, and that allows us to grow our channel. So if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. I'd love you to subscribe so you can see more of my cards and tutorials. And thank you again to the amazing sponsors, and especially from me to Pigment Craft Co. And I will also be taking advantage of the sale that Pigment Craft Co. has offered for this Canada Day video hop. And now let's get to the unboxing video. So as I said earlier, I was so impressed with the items that Pigment Craft Co. had included in my designer package. So they are one of the very generous sponsors of this Canada Day video hop. And I was so impressed with the quality of the stamps and the dies and the thought that goes into them, the versatility of them, how they can work together. And I was so impressed. I had to place another order. Since I couldn't really do an unboxing of the other one, I just ripped into that one. I wanted to play right away. Never even thought about doing an unboxing. Yeah, I just got them in their storage packaging and then started playing. So this is my order, so I wanted to share it with you. So first of all, my order came in this lovely box. So it's not a huge box, it's not a pizza box. It has the sticker on the front, which I thought was a nice touch. And then the Open Me, I'm full of joy. So even just adding that extra little sticker to my box made me smile. And then when you opened it up, there was a lovely card in there, a postcard thanking me. So that was very nice. And then my products were all packaged in this beautiful tissue paper, again with a Pigment Craft Co. seal. The tissue paper is lovely, and I have another wish list started. So I wanted to show you my first actual order from them. This is the Jumbo Berry. You can stamp the strawberry in your choice of berry color and the strawberry cap. It fits right in there, so you can do, red and green basically. There's a stem and there's a leaf, and there's also a coordinating die set. So I got those. And then to coordinate with that, there's the berry sentiments. So some really cute sentiments in that I can use for more than just berry cards. And one of the projects that I made for the blog hop, I used this with it, and there is the coordinating die set for those. Now I do make a lot of gift cards, and when I saw this, treat yourself, I made this just for you, it's your day, I thought I would get a lot of use out of that. So I love their fonts, they're so fresh, and their packaging is lovely. So there is treat yourself stamps and the coordinating die set. Because I got that large candy shaker or jumbo candy shaker die, I thought these would be really cute. There is also a coordinating stamp set. I didn't get it right away because I know I can use these independently, but I will be getting the stamp set as well. And the berry sentiments work really well with the candy dies. So there's just so much versatility. And then there's this little bundle here. I make a lot of gift cards and I love making tags. So look at this set. It's called Wrap It Up And then there is that Wrap It Up Toppings 2 and Wrap It Up Toppings 1. So nice, big tag bases and sentiments. Oh, I'm telling you, I cannot wait to crack these open. So for instance, the Do Not Open Until Christmas fits on the top of this tag. Oh, what fun. There's the die for that. It's worth the wait. A gift for you. There is a die for that in this one. And then I love the shape of this tag. There's the For You and another little scallop. So can't wait to play with all of these. And I just wanted to share how beautiful it all looks when you open your package from Pigment Craft Co.